So we hover high on anxiety, only lonely, empty, never be. And I say, come on in, all God's children are welcomed here.
Good evening, survivors. This is Matthew Harris coming to you live from Ironwood Ridge. And in some of my broadcasts, I say live. I don't think I did in episode 1 because I knew that was the one that was going out, the first one that was going out more widespread. And what I mean by that, the person I hand the recording off to, this person is from Civic Republic, and they do the passing it around. They're on a trade route with some other communities. I'm not in Padre yet as far as a radio station there. They can pick me up on the Survivor Radio Network, the network of towers, Survivor towers that have come up over the years. The Civic Republic person said a lot of people were asking questions. What is Ironwood Ridge and how do they broadcast? Are they on a live radio transmission? Yes, we are. There's a Survivor network. I won't go into really many details about it. But really, right after everything fell, towers started going back up, or trying to get power to the towers around repeaters, and a Survivor radio network kind of arose from the ashes. There's a good community. So as far as Ironwood Ridge being kind of, hey, nobody knows about us, several communities did. We reached out. We had a few bad seeds in the network in the first few years, of course, but I think we've kind of honed that down, and we know, well, trust is a big word these days, right? Trust is a big word as far as trusting all of the communities that we were just talking to over the radio. But anyway, we've been doing this radio show and broadcasting it out over the Survivor Radio Network that we call it. And when I say live, it just means we are broadcasting live, but I'm recording at the same time for the other communities that will play it on the radio station, which is cool as hell. So hello out there. This is Matthew Harris from Ironwood Ridge. We are located in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, but that's the thing. Trust, that's the word. And tonight I want to talk to you about something that's been on my mind lately, something that's becoming more and more important in this new world of ours. We've been through hell. There's no denying that, but I believe we've reached a turning point. A moment where we need to start thinking about what kind of future we're building. And a big part of that future, maybe the biggest, is trust. So for years now, we've all been in survival mode. I know it was natural, necessary even to be cautious, to stay within the walls, to protect what's ours. We couldn't afford to trust anyone outside. We couldn't risk letting anyone through the gates. You guys know what I'm talking about. We kept our distance, we kept our eyes sharp, and more often than not, it saved our lives. In those early days, it was safer to assume the worst than to risk everything we had built, our families even, on the hope that a stranger might be friendly. But that was then. That was then. Now we've reached a new beginning, I think. A time where the dead still roam, no doubt, sure. But where the living are starting to rebuild, where communities are forming, walls are going up, food is growing again. It's not like it was before, but we're closer than we've ever been to some kind of civilization. And with that comes the realization that we can't just keep living in fear of each other. We've reached the point where we need to try something that was unimaginable before. We need to trust. And I'm not just speaking to all of you, I'm speaking to myself. It's going to be hard to trust. And I know what you're thinking. Trust in this world sounds dangerous. And honestly, it is. It still is. We've all been burned by people who came with smiles and promises only to stab us in the back. We've all heard the stories, or worse, lived them. There's a reason we've been so careful. But like I said, this is a new beginning. Communities like Alexandria, Commonwealth, Portland, and even Padre, which I still don't know a whole lot about, have shown that it's possible to survive when we work together. And it's not just about survival anymore. It's about rebuilding. It's about trust. I think we've come to the point where we need to reach out to those other communities. You, me, Civic Republic, Portland, reach out. Not just for trade, not just for protection, but to build something bigger than any one group of people. The Civic Republic might be poised to help lead the way with their structure and resources, but it can't happen without the rest of us being willing to open up a little more, to be willing to trust. It doesn't mean we forget the lessons of the past. No, we still need to be smart, be careful, but we can't keep everyone out forever. It'll be hard to go it alone forever. I'm not saying it'll be easy. Hell, it might be the hardest thing we've done since this whole nightmare started. But we've seen enough division, enough mistrust to know if we don't start trying to connect again, we'll never truly rebuild. Think about it. How many times have we lost good people because we were too afraid to trust? Yes, we lost people because we did trust, but looking back through the years, how many people did we lose because we were too afraid to trust? How many opportunities slipped through our fingers because we didn't take the chance to extend a hand? Look, I'm not blind to the dangers. We still live in a world where danger could be around any corner, but that's exactly why we need each other. This isn't just about surviving anymore. It's about living. It's about living, about building something for the next generation. Whether we like it or not, the world's changed again. The dead aren't the only threat anymore. There are new factions, new power struggles, but there's also opportunity. We've got the chance to build a world where we don't just survive, we thrive. So here's my message tonight. We need to start trusting each other again, slowly, carefully, but we need to start, and me as well. Open the gates a little wider, venture out a little farther. We don't need to shut ourselves away in fear forever. We've reached a new point in this world, a time where maybe, just maybe, trust isn't a death sentence. Maybe it's the only way forward. You guys know what I'm talking about, and you know that there is a need. For years, there's been a need for change. And here we are. Trust just may be the only way forward. This is Matthew Harris, broadcasting from Ironwood Ridge. Stay safe out there, survivors. Don't be afraid to take the first step towards trust, because without trust, we may never truly see the new world that we're all fighting for, that we've all been fighting for. Good night.
Holding on to let my faith cover me. Always angels come to comfort me. And I say, come on in. All God's children are welcome here. And I say, come